each season, there's 5 seasons because there's 5 Chinese elements. We work on a different part of our body. During the winter, we did bone tapping, built up our bones, and in the spring, we worked on our tendons. Now we're working on the smaller muscles of our body, in particular on our arms. I'm wearing red because it's the fire season. There's like red flowers everywhere, and everybody's going by passion. But so we're going to try to do a little bit of things for calming the heart, and we're also going to try to get blood circulation moving through our arms and build up the muscles in our arms and get a lot of blood flow to our hands to alleviate any kind of hand problems, to keep our hands healthy. So the only other part is, you've heard this all before, you're in charge of your body. So we're going to show you some movements, Qigong movements. They shouldn't cause you pain. They can cause you discomfort if you're trying to get down low. You feel it in your legs, but that's not pain. Pain is like if you stick your knees out too far and you start feeling pain in your knees. You shouldn't feel pain. Anything else? So that's pretty much it. The only other thing is later we're going to, 2 things during the lesson. We often have we want to raise and lower our hips. So when we get down low, you don't want to be doing this. It's all about your hips going up and down, because as your hips drop, you engage the major muscles of your legs and your calves. That strengthens your lower legs, strengthens your ankles, and by going up and down, you're pumping waste out of your lower body and into your body, and then it's breathed out through your lungs. Okay, and when you lower your hips, you want your knees to go in the same direction as your toes, so you don't hurt your knees, and your knees shouldn't go past your toes. And your back, you want it to align your body properly. You want to keep your back against the wall. So we can just do this a few times actually. You're going down, up, down, up, down, up. The other thing is you should do abdominal breathing. If you haven't been here before, we're just going to do 3 breaths. Abdominal breathing calms your nervous system and also lets you breathe more effectively, so you have more oxygen in your body, more energy to go. So your thumbs go in your navel. You're going to breathe in. Just your abdomen comes out. Your chest isn't going up and down. Breathe out. Pull in your navel. Slightly pull up your perineum. You push down your diaphragm. And you pull in your ribs. So you're trying to make a pump. So breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. This kind of there's a lot of kinds of abdominal breathing. This kind is called natural breathing. It's to calm yourself. We have too much anxiety in our life, so you should be doing abdominal breathing. This can be your practice this week if you don't already do it. Just practice doing abdominal breathing 100% of the day. So, all right, that's pretty much it to get ready, because we'll actually have the class now. So what we do is you reach up, you gather energy, you breathe out. Abdominal breathing, of course, push down. So this is called pulling down the heavens. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. This is us setting our mind. We've just left the external world. Now we're into our world where we're doing something for ourselves. First thing we want to do is heat up our bodies, because you don't want to do things cold. So we're going to do that through breathing. So what you do is you're going to put your hands here. You're going to come out. Your hands are facing each other. Turn them over. They come around. Open up your chest. Look up slightly. Your shoulder blades come back together. And then you breathe out. And you come back to where we started. So breathe in. Arms come to your armpits. Then breathe out. Breathe in. Opening up our chest. Shoulder blades together. And then breathe out. collarbones together. We're trying to get some flexibility in our rib cage so we can take even more oxygen in. Breathe in, do abdominal breathing, breathe out. Now we're going to do that. We're going to use our lower body too. So breathe in, and then now we're going to drop down as we breathe out. Our back stays straight. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, so now what we're going to do is now we're going to scoop like we're scooping up water. We're going to bring our hand, so we're going to go down to grab some water. We're going to come up, pull it to our heart. We get to our heart, we're going to turn our hands over, and then we're going to push. So if you have shoulder problems, you can push out, but otherwise you're pushing up. You can arch your back slightly, so you're not doing this. You can arch your back slightly, and that'll relieve the pressure on your shoulders. So breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Once again, we're going up and down, strengthening the lower body. Breathe out, warming up our entire body. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, abdomen goes out, comes up, turn our hands over, breathe out, look up. Do two more. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so now we're going to go the other way. So we're going to reach up, get a lot of energy, and also we're trying to calm our nerves so we have a lot of energy in our heads. So as we breathe out, we want to push any hot energy out of our heads because we want all the heat to be in our abdomen so we can digest and eliminate better. So here we go. Breathe in and then breathe out. Push the heat out of the head so we can be calm, into our abdomen so we can function better. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Do two more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to have to sneeze here. Okay. So our bodies are a little warmed up. What we want to do is we do 3 energy exercises at the beginning because we want to open our body up so energy and fluids can flow through. So we start by shaking our hands. What we want to do is this movement, the movements all have names. So this movement is called Shake the 9 Gates. So we're starting by shaking two of the gates, one of the gates, which is our wrist. So it's wrist, elbow, shoulders, hip, knee, ankle, and upper, lower, and middle back. So you start out, what we're trying to do is get blood to go to our fingertips. We want to have a lot of blood in our hands, which otherwise we start developing different kind of hand problems as we age. So now what we're going to do is we're going to open up all the other gates by bouncing. I have to go here, otherwise my furniture bounces. So you're loose. You're coming up and then you're dropping down. So, so you'd be hearing that. Your knees, you're not locking your knees, but your knees are loose, so you're going up and down. Your hips, you want to be lifting your rib cage slightly off your organs, trying to heat everything up, turning back and forth, opening up everything so energy flows through loosely. So this is called Shake the 9 Gates. Just you're relaxed. You pull up, but then you just relax, drop everything down because we want all our joints, the 9 gates, one of your joints, want all the gates to be open so that, the energy and blood fluid doesn't get stuck. So we have better circulation of energy, fluids, and chi. This is it. You're letting the chi flow through your body. You probably heard about it. Now you're going to come up and throw all the blood out to your fingertips. Okay, the second one is called Dragon Shakes His Whiskers. So what you just do is you're turning your body. We want to be turning our waist, so we're not using our hips a lot. Hips can turn a little, but basically we're turning our hips, turning our shoulders. That's massaging our internal organs, heating them up some more. And then our hands are loose. They're moving because our torso's moving, and then our hands are hitting like below the ribs. That's activating, doing a little bit more activating our internal organs. And then we always try to use our mind when we're doing Qigong, so you do that through the eyes. So we're going to turn, pick a spot and focus. You focus as fast as you can. You want to build up that mental acuity that you're able to quickly focus on something. So pick a point on each side. And then as you get warmed up, if you have the flexibility, move the 2 points closer together. And if you have enough flexibility, don't worry about it. If you don't, pick a point, the same point behind you. Focus on that point. Focus. Focus. Just loose. Okay, that's Dragon Shakes His Whiskers. Okay, the next one of our warm-up ones, our energy wake-up ones, is you're going to come up. Somebody's pulling. We're trying to open up, get things flowing through our bodies. That's what it's all about. That's why we have problems, because there's not enough circulation in our bodies. So somebody's pulling our fingertips, so that's pulling our arms out of our shoulder sockets and letting blood come in. Then this hand's going to come up to your solar plexus. This hand's going to come over, and you're going to breathe out. This is called crescent pose. You're going to just breathe out and reach each direction. This is stretching the nervous system on one side, getting the kinks out, letting everything flow through. But on the other side, it's squeezing the internal organs. So we're massaging and opening up. We're lifting the ribs off the internal organs on one side and pushing on the other. So we're once again working on our internal organs. We just have such great livers. When we get done with this, everybody will just be amazed. Breathe in, breathe out. Good internal organs actually show on the outside by you just have more energy. Breathe in, you're doing things. Breathe out. So when we're doing this, once again, if you have shoulder problems, just do as well as you can. But you don't want to be, when you're doing it, you don't want to be twisting, so you're not doing this. We're trying to open up the spine also. Once again, if you have spinal problems, I should have warned you before, don't do this one, because if you have disc problems or something, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to bend the spine into a crescent so that fluids can get in between. We can open them up. So with all those caveats, like do the best you can without, if you feel any kind of pain. This one can cause a problem if you have spinal problems. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and then breathe in, breathe out. Okay, we're going to do one more. Before we get into the summer movements, we're going to do one more, which is called Gather the Sun to Press the Earth. The reason I show this is like one of the best, you're just going to do one. This is one of the best all-around Qigong ones because of this. Mainly what we're doing is we're coming up, we're looking up slightly, focusing up. We're breathing in and we're pulling our shoulder blades together, the lower shoulder blades together, not the upper shoulder blades. Your shoulders stay relaxed. The lower shoulder blades grabbing an orange as we breathe in, and then we're pulling our hands back. So we're opening up our chest. We're trying to get some flexibility in our rib cage, which never gets moved. And then we're going to come around, our hands crossed, and then as we breathe out, we're going to scrub our ribs. There's a liver meridian here, so we want to activate that. Once again, bringing health to our internal organs, and then we're going to come back and we're going to put our hands on our kidneys. All right, now we can circle 9 times. This isn't part of the movement, but your kidneys are extremely important for your health. So you want to keep healthy kidneys. That's your water system, and we're mostly water. So, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come up. This is called gathering the sun. Look up, gather energy from the sun. Then you're going to breathe out. Hands to the kidney. We'll just do that a couple times. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, we want to be working our rib cage and our lungs. So, come up. We look up. Our shoulder blades are together. You can feel it's opening up your rib cage. As you breathe out, when you cross your hands, you bring your shoulders together. So we're actually stretching the back. So we're stretching the front, stretching the back. Then as we breathe out, so we're here. Breathe in. Now we're crossing. Breathe out. We're going to open up again. Our lower shoulder blades are together. So we're going to breathe in. Breathe out. Now what you're going to do is, because our shoulder blades are together, we're going to maintain this position, but we're going to bend over like this at the hip. So we're going to breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now you're going to breathe in, and you're going to look forward. Your head's up. Your shoulder blades are touching. So what we're doing is the reason that this is good is a lot of back problems and things are caused by the fact that your hamstrings are too tight, the whole back of your leg sciatica. And so what you want to do is you want to stretch that. So we keep our back arched, and you should feel it in your upper back. So now if you have any kind of concerns about your balance or your blood pressure, if you have high or low blood pressure, stop. When we go to reach for our legs, stop here at your knees so that you don't cause any kind of problems or you don't get dizzy. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in, breathe out. Now we're going to bend, breathe in. You should feel this in your hamstrings. Now for the next part, stop wherever you need to stay safe. Breathe out. You're going to run your hands down the back of your legs as you breathe out. And we're going to hang here loose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. You're trying to open up your spine. Now bend your knees, and as you come up, as we're breathing out, your hands are going to come up the inside of your legs. This is the natural flow of energy through your body, down the back of your legs and up the front of your legs. All right, now we're back where we started. So here we'll do a few sets. So breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hang loose. Breathe in. And now bend your knees as you breathe out. Come up. Breathe in. Just gather the sun. Breathe out. Breathe in. Stretch, work those hamstrings, and then breathe out. Now this is opening up, stretching the rest of your back. Hang loose, let it get in, breathe in. You can actually do as many breaths here as you want. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and then breathe in. Bend your knees, hands come up the inside. We'll do one more set. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, bend your knees, breathe out. Okay, obviously the closer your feet are together, the more you have to stretch, right? So if you're here, it's easier to get to the floor. If your legs are together, then it's harder to reach the floor. Okay, we're going to actually do some of the summer movements now. So we're trying to get blood to go to our fingertips, and we're also, so we do that partially by, in this case, what we're doing here is you're putting your fingers together and you're flicking your fingers out. So we start out, level 1, we're just swinging and flicking when we get to the top. Okay, so this is obviously through the force, we're trying to get blood to flow out to our fingertips, and we're trying to activate our fingertips, get a little energy in there by flicking at the top. That's level 1. 1, begin, 2, 3. Okay, the second level is when you come up, once again, if you have concerns about your balance, you can just raise and lower your knees as you do this. Otherwise, you could come up slightly. You're not leaning forward. You're more coming up straight up and down. So what you do is go flick, flick. So this is, once again, we're trying to get blood to go to our hands. Our hands, we develop hand problems as we age because blood stops going out to our extremities, and so we have to do things to get blood to go to our extremities. Okay, now the third level, so you can stay at whichever level you want. The third level is you flick, but your hands stay out. And so this means that we're doing more squeezing and releasing the muscles in our hands, so we're building up our hand muscles, and you can go up at the same time. So do a few of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So now the last part. It turns out this is a speed form, and we're trying to really get a lot of exercise in our hands. So we're going to do 30, but we're going to bounce while we do the 30, and we're trying to do them fast. You can stop. It hurts, but we're trying to get through so that we get like a lot of exercise in our hands. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, there. And then check out your hands. You might feel that in your forearms. So what you want to do is you want to add to those every day when you do them, if that's what you're going to do. And then we do in our class, we do 108. 108 is kind of this magic Taoist number. So a lot of things you do 108 times. So we're flicking. So the next one is, the other way we get blood to move through our hands, through our body, is we contract a muscle. That squeezes all the blood out, and then you relax. And that allows the fluids going. So we're kind of turning, in this case, our forearms into a heart, right? So you're pushing out the fluids, letting the fluids in. Pushing out the fluids, letting the fluids in. Okay, so that's the concept of this. So this is called red hands. What we're going to do is you're gonna squeeze. Actually, this one we're trying to squeeze as much as we can out of our arms. So you're making it as tight a fist as you can. And what we're gonna do is we breathe in. Our arms are gonna come up. Once again, if you have shoulder problems, don't do this. Breathe out. So we also want to open up our shoulders. So we're here. We're holding buckets, so you can feel your arms being pulled out of the joints. Now we're trying to open up the heavy door. Now we're hanging from a bar. So, and then we breathe out. So the whole time we're doing this, we're kind of reaching with our hands as opposed to just going up and down. We're reaching. So here we go. So make your fist as tight as you can. So breathe in, reach up, and then breathe out. I hope everybody's doing abdominal breathing. I don't mention that because it's obvious. We're doing abdominal breathing all the time. Breathe in. Squeezing the whole time. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep squeezing. You should be squeezing the whole time. Now what you're going to do is you're going to come up this time. Breathe in. Same thing, you're pulling. We get to the top. Now just relax your hands. Let it, relax everything. Let it float down. Then just hang here. Breathe in. Feel the blood, energy flow back into your hands. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then breathe in. Breathe out. So your palms hopefully are red. So what you can do to test it is, you once again, you make the fist. This is called your flash palm. You squeeze as tightly as you can. Then you open it up and it's white, but then you can see after a second, the blood rushes back in and turns red. So means you've got pretty good circulation. Okay, we're going to do, last week we did Young Boy Prays the Buddha, which I'll just show you it. If you want to learn it, watch last week's, because this is the main movement we did last week, which is, so we're here, it was this. Young Boy Prays the Buddha. The whole lesson last week, that's the main form that we did. So you can go on the website, qolnow.com. The Sunday review page, we have 2 weeks worth of lessons. So if you want to learn that, watch the last half of last week's lesson, and I go through in great detail. We're going to do another thing, which is this is kind of advanced. So what in this you can, when you watch these lessons, what you can do during the week, you're supposed to actually practice to have a greater effect than just do 20 minutes a week. So you can pick one movement that you liked and then just do that during the week, and that should have some effect on your body. You can do it like, 3 times a day for 3 minutes, 3 times a day for 5 minutes, or 15 or 20 minutes all at once. So whichever one you pick, usually you should pick the one that you find the hardest to do. But that might stop you from practicing, so pick one that you enjoy. Anyway, so the one we're going to do today is called Iron Shirt, because so like I said, this one is based on the same thing. So you squeeze, we're trying to get blood out of different parts of our bodies, and then you relax and let the blood flow in. And we're going to work on our arms and our body, because what we're going to do is, mainly our arms, I'll do the movement. So what we're going to do is breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're gonna lift a heavy weight, and we're using isometric. So when you're using isometric tension, instead of just lifting your arm, it's like you're tensing your arm, and it's like you're trying to stop your arm from coming up, and that's causing all the muscles. So you're using all the muscles that you're not supposed to be using to stop you from doing the exercise, and that causes more tension in your arms, which it's like you're lifting weights, but since you're pushing against your own muscles, you're not going to hurt yourself. Okay, so here's the movement. So we're here, we're going to breathe in, we're all relaxed, blood's flowing everywhere. Breathe out. Now we're squeezing. So this is working our biceps. Then you relax everything, open up. Just relax, and now you're going to squeeze, you're going to put your arms in, so now you're using the inside of your arms to pull in, and then when you get here, you're going to come up, you just relax, you're going to grab a cape behind you, you're going to pull so you're relaxed at this point, but now when you start pulling in, you're clenching, so this works the insides of your arm, this works your bicep. Now this one, you're coming up, and you're going to come up and you're working the back of your arms. So, and then we're going to just relax and come come back. So going to be here, so going to breathe in. And if we can, we want to lower our hips a bit so we are strengthening our lower body at the same time. So breathe in, breathe out. Relax everything, breathe in. Oh, it's so relaxed. Breathe out, squeeze, using your core so you can feel this is, you're building up your body to relax. Grab that cape, breathe in. Your elbows come next to your ribs as you're going down, and then as you breathe out, you're going to look forward and come up. And then as we stand up, we're back in the original position. So relax, breathe in, relax, breathe out, tense everything up, strengthening our arm, pushing fluids out of our arms and our hands. Then relax. Oh. Grab, squeeze, pushing everything, using different muscles in our arms. Relax. Grab that cape, pull our elbows in, squeeze, push, and then relax. So we're alternately squeezing, relaxing, using different muscles in our arms to build up our arms. And when we're pulling in, we're squeezing, building, pulling in, aligning all the internal organs properly. So just going to do this for a couple of minutes. Maybe we'll do 3, 5, and then I'll release you back into the wild. So here we go. So breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, oh, so relaxed. Breathe out, squeeze, relaxed. Breathe in, pull those elbows in, breathe out. This is called iron shirt training. Breathe in, relaxed. Breathe out. Relax. Breathe in, oh, so relaxed. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Do one more set. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Open everything up. Breathe out. Squeeze. Drive all the fluids out of our arms. Come up. Relaxing. Fluids going back in. And breathe out. Build up the muscles in the back of our arms. Breathe out. So this